like for you to understand when you become profitable in that thing, it's crazy. Pretty much all of that money lose in pursuing these dreams. Everything else is here, and that takes those years, right? Y'all don't know what you're talking about, you know? I see what I could have become if I did not give up. They're good people, they want the best, but I don't think that in a weak body you can have a strong soul. What's up? How you doing, bro?
Good.
All good?
What about you?
Good, man.
Hi. So our first guests have arrived. Let's go. Try to guess which yacht is it. Man, I think you already saw it.
Yeah, this one, because I saw it on your story, man.
Yeah, on the right side, exactly. How did you arrive?
Good. Fucking traffic. 5 crash outs maybe on the way, but overall, all good.
At the end of every podcast, usually. So this is the first podcast, but at the end of every podcast, you're gonna have to do a challenge.
Okay.
Either you're gonna have to donate 1K or jump with me together. Just kidding.
Oh, I thought. No, I was like...
Welcome to Santom Nutrition podcast. Hi, Kristers.
What's good, man? How you doing? All good.
Good. All right, let us start by telling us, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, it's firstly a great pleasure to be here, right? And my name's Kristers. I'm currently 21. And I've been 6 years into finance and finance markets and everything about it. I started as a complete beginner by just learning some random videos on YouTube and whatnot, right? YouTube gurus and stuff. And then, yeah, like 2-3 years later, started getting more into it. Then I actually found some good mentors, good place to learn, right? And then slowly and surely, somehow found a way. I'm now employed and working as an educator and also teaching others how to do the same, and pretty much, yeah, living my best life and have not looked back since.
Amazing. One thing that I would like to add, before the podcast I did not say it, but we actually went to the same school. Do you know it?
Which one?
Riga German Grammar School, how is it called in English?
Wait, we were actually...
Yeah, we went to the same school.
We were not in the same class.
No, we are not in the same class. Which year are you?
2004.
I'm 2005. So when you were in the 12th class, I was on the 11th one.
Oh, okay.
I actually saw you a few times on the gateways or like in the corridors. So that's one thing that how I personally know you.
Oh, that's crazy. Insane.
Yeah.
But I had this weird feeling, like when I saw this dude about Santom Nutrition and like making videos, and I know this guy from somewhere. I know I have not met him in person like this, you know. But yeah, I knew, like, I had this weird feeling, so I guess that's from that. But yeah,
of course,
crazy.
Yeah, the one thing for me, how I remembered you were so focused on yourself. I always saw you doing like only focused on yourself, and you just went straight to the gates, like doing your business. I remember you were like, in my opinion, those times when I saw you, I think you were like in your work, right? Maybe not so chatty with the classmates, maybe I'm mistaken, but just hustling, you know? That's how I remember you.
That's crazy. You have this literally like right to the notch, I would say, like, because me and Madara were speaking like a couple of days ago about like school days and whatnot, and I used to like tell her like I was this dude that would sit in the corner and either read a book. I literally was in 11th or 12th grade and sitting there and reading a chess book and learning moves and something like that, or learning something about chess or trading or watching videos, right? I don't have any contact with any of the old classmates, right? It's not because I did not like them or per se or something. They just were in their own groups. So I was never the guy, you know, who had trouble being alone, in a sense. I felt comfortable and I was learning and made something out of myself, and now just, yeah, moving forward. So yeah, that's a nice story, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. All right, in your Instagram bio, I checked it. You are mentioning that you help beginners invest smartly, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing is what exactly is that in terms of, I think, in finance, right? So yeah.
So what do you mean by the term, what it means like to invest smartly, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, I know this is going to be a lot to hear for some people, but doing, for example, a savings account in a bank or like investment plan with some bank is not the smartest way. Yeah, it's a way to start, but it's definitely not the smartest one. For example, let's pick, I don't know, I don't want to pick any of the particular ones out, right? But any of the banks in Latvia offer for you, for example, like maybe 4 to 7 maximum percent per year. 7 is like already pushing it, and you invest it, you have to still pay commissions, right, and stuff like that. That's the like safe basic way, right? And in my opinion, that's not very smart, because if you would look into it a little bit even more, you would see that there are so many more opportunities to make a little bit even more. Like for example, Nasdaq. Maybe you know what Nasdaq is. Nasdaq on average gives a return of 10% every single year, right? That's already more. That's already more.
2 times approximately.
That's even 2 times more, and it's one of the most stable index funds in the whole world, right? And it's just, if you look a little bit outside of that, the whole small spectrum that you can see here, like the small banks offering a small percent, right? There's many opportunities in the world, right? And Warren Buffett even said, like, if you want to get wealthy, just invest into S&P or NAS, and you'll be good, right, over the years. You can literally, there's this calculator, I think you can literally become a millionaire by investing like $100 for all of your life, like every 2 months or every 3 months or something like that, and the compounding is gonna happen, and then you, like, of course it's gonna be at the end of your life, right, towards like after 20, 30, 40 years, but still you'll have a million sitting there by just investing, because it gives such good returns, So I think it's just looking a little bit outside of the box. So that's what I mean by smartly.
Investing smartly.
Exactly.
All right, now that you said these amazing things, what was actually the breakthrough moment for you where you went like, hey, I'm a beginner, to like, hey, I know what I do, I know what are the steps that I need to take, and yeah.
To be honest, it's very funny, because when you tell this to a beginner, they get scared. It was when I lost, I think, like my first like 5 to 10,000 approximately, when I lost in the markets, right? Then I was like, okay, I now get it. I now understand, because only after those lessons I was like, okay, now I actually understand something, because before that I was kind of pretending, to be honest, to understand something and whatnot, right? And after those losses occurred and happened, I was like, okay, this is something I can make work, I can believe in. And then I actually started doing the right stuff and kind of moving forward gradually. So it's actually those losses and those mistakes I made that made me realize, hey, I can do this. It sounds silly, maybe ridiculous for some people that...
Exactly. How did you manage to continue to move forward after losing like 10K?
Like, what else I'm gonna do? That it was always been the vision,
Crazy.
because at the start I saw the potential, because like for you to understand, when you become profitable in that thing, it's crazy, because some days we don't have any idea what to do. I wake up, I do my things, I make certain amount maybe, and then like what am I supposed to do with my day? I already did gym, I already traded, like it's 2 p.m. in a day on a Wednesday, and we're like, let's go to movies or something like that, because like, of course, there's always new things to do, new people to teach, and the schedule is busy. But when there's a free day or something like that, then you're like, what am I supposed to do now? And like, it's funny, and in a sense that, yeah, it's crazy once you actually get through that point, and yeah.
How long did it take for you to get through the point? Are we talking months, years?
I would say until I saw first okay results, like, okay, I can make this work, I can live off of this, 3-4 years.
3-4 years.
I started at 15, yeah, of course, I said that start was not that serious, but actually a funny story about that, like small one. Every summer I used to work, like in random
Summer
works.
work, or how do you
Yeah,
call
summer
it?
work
Yes.
in storages, lifting boxes, or I used to work in, Varmanitis Lido.
I know
used to
that
work
place,
there as a
yeah.
chef in summers, yeah, like flipping fries and stuff.
Mr. Kristers cooking master.
Yeah, my mother has like still pictures of that, and like I used to work this as a minimum wage, right, getting that money in, and then like, okay, like I would make what, 2-3K maybe per summer if I'm hustling, And
That's
then,
already above,
and that's already a lot. And I was already, of course, picking extra hours and whatnot. And imagine like 3 summers in a row, I would pretty much all of that money lose in this dream, in pursuing this dream. So even before the age of 18, 19, I was down like already like 8-9K. And then up until 19, 20, I added a little bit more. So I would say in total, like at the start, it was minus like 15 something. So yeah, had no other chance to make it work, but yeah. But overall, I would say at the start, of course, was kind of hectic, but I would say, yeah, 3-4 years at the beginning.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Exactly.
All right, about finance. Yeah, you said that you do gym training, trading. My apologies. Um, I assume you are talking about specific trades, specific amount of trades. Is there a specific number how many trades you do per day and per week, perhaps?
So yeah, that's, to be honest, a very very good question, and it's also, to be honest, going to be very very specific or individual for the person, right? Depends on your strategy, depends on your risk management and things like that. But with that being said, my personally maximum is 2 per day. Maximum, absolutely. I wake up in the morning. If there's something I take, if not, then not. Then on the afternoon session, I do the same. If something happens, yes, I would do. If not, then not. There are also weeks and maybe even multiple weeks when I don't take anything because the conditions are not the way I want them to be, right? Per week, I would say around anywhere from 3 to 12, depends on the week, and on the day 1 to 2. That's all. Usually it takes also just a couple of minutes, in and out. That's about it.
Okay, all right. And for example, someone who is even listening to this podcast and maybe even wants to start doing this as well, to start to fulfill his dream in terms of trading, finance, what is the right way to start this? Especially where you, I would say, the first 3-4 years where you was like learning, and right now is like the point where you say, okay, I'm now developed. So yeah, what's the right way for someone to start?
I would say one thing is to realize you won't be able to do this alone. It's going to be very hard, right, for you to do it alone. And then you need to find someone to learn from, right? Someone you look up to, someone who has the results, someone who has the drive and the ambition, right? And that's called finding a mentor, right? Something that's going to help you through all the ways, because I have many different students, right? And they're struggling also in trading sometimes from time to time, and they're doing irrational things based on emotions, right? And they need someone to come to talk to about that so we can set them straight, right? If I did not have also anyone at the beginning, it will be quite tough, right? And next thing is also maybe surrounding yourself with kind of like-minded individuals, always. That's base for, I think, any successful business, right? Because trading, to be honest, is a very misunderstood industry overall, right? Because many think it's gambling, so that's what your parents are going to tell you, that it's gambling, you're just going to lose money, it doesn't work, it's a scam, blah blah blah. That's what your most friends are going to say, right? So I think you need to have the right people around you at all times to kind of have you on that path still. Because imagine if you're constantly around 3 to 4 guys in finance and traders, of course the result's going to be better. Imagine you have 3 to 4 friends around who don't believe in that, will never do, and they project that onto you. Of course it's going to be tough. So I think those two things are very, very important. Finding a mentor, and then surrounding yourself with a couple of good individuals that are actually on the same journey.
Mm-hmm. I have one argument which I just remembered. Maybe you can give it a comment. Since I'm not that, since I do not have this kind of knowledge about trading, one thing that I do know about trades is, if, for example, someone makes money, then someone must lose money. So
exactly.
Yeah, how does that work?
To be understand, it's everything is in the word trading, right? What is trade? I give you this can of Red Bull, you give me bottle of water, right? It's an exchange of something, right? Still in the that's same in the markets, right? Because you just don't kind of see it, right? Of course, if you want to buy a certain asset, buy a certain stock, buy a certain crypto, buy a certain currency, there needs to be someone who's selling at that point, right? Or who's being forced to sell. That's also a thing. And pretty much, yeah, that's always. If I make 1,000, then someone is losing 1K at that point. But you just kind of don't see it and you don't feel it, and you should not never think about it. And like in my 6 years of time, I've never thought about it that deeply, but I know it happens.
Should we think about that deeply?
No. And to be honest, no. Everyone is on their own there. That's a brutal world. Have you seen Wall Street, for example, the movie?
Of course.
Like it's just like that, but in the digital world, right? Everyone's for themselves, and if you kind of go too deeply into it, oh my gosh, I made 2,000 today, for example, and the first thing in your mind is, oh, someone lost 2K, won't do good in the long run, right?
Same in business, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone has, I don't know, a profit of 1 million. Someone loses it all.
Like you go in a certain market with a good product, someone had the idea but did not execute it, boom, they lost money, they lost an opportunity, same, right? It's just business, you know, and you don't feel it. You will never feel it, it's just, you know, money, you know, at the end of the day.
You previously said that there are some trades where you are forced to sell. What exactly does it mean?
For example, like when you're doing day trading, which is when you're in and out of positions on a day-to-day basis, right? Maybe in a matter of minutes or hours, you have these things called stop losses. Which stop loss means pretty much a certain mark in the not charts, but in like the whole price range, right? A certain price where your order gets triggered with a loss, right? As to protect your portfolio, to protect your capital for possible even more negative return, right? So that's the main idea. For example, we are up somewhere here, right? Somewhere here. Here's the stop loss, right? If it gets triggered, right? Okay, we call it a day, we take our loss and go home. That's the idea, right? And the stop loss is just to prevent that from going down, right? Your capital. So, and when market moves fast or something like that, of course, stop losses get hit. That's the part of the game. Losses are part of the game, right? And sometimes the market just wants to wipe you out, right? Wants to take your money and leave. So it's a very, very, to be honest, mental game and very, very interesting, like how market makers, the people who move it, the banks, institutions, people with large amounts of money, how they actually try to get you out. Because also, remember as we spoke a couple of minutes ago about the thing that if you want to buy, someone needs to sell. So they kind of can force that, you know. So that's pretty much it.
Cool. All right. Term funded account for someone who does not know what it is.
So the main idea is pretty much, I think every beginner in trading should know that for you to succeed in the long run with good risk management, right, you need large amounts of money. To be honest, I would say 10,000 is so little.
So you would say that everyone who wants to start doing this needs at least 10K?
Not that. I'll continue my point. Like, for example, I'm saying even 10K is not going to be, to be honest, in the long run a lot for trading, right? And fund accounts is pretty much a way for you to get more capital, right? To trade with firms. You prove to them that you are a profitable trader, that you know what you're doing, and they give an access to you to trade with much bigger account, right? Even 100, 200,000, right? And you just need to prove yourself in various of challenges, and then like set yourself in between some limits and just be in some sort of rules. If you don't breach them and you're good, you can easily trade the account and make some good money. Because like 1K in trading is nothing, 10K is also like too little. Like for example, a good trader wants to make an average return of maybe 3 to 10, anywhere from 3 to 10% a month. That's already good, right? Imagine you make 5% on a 10K account. That's 500 per month.
It's nothing.
That's nothing. On 200,000 account, 10K with 5%, right? So it's a percentage game always. Like that's what trading is about, right? So
crazy. What's the highest funded account that you not played with but traded with?
200K.
200K.
Yeah.
Are there limits?
So pretty much there's I think the biggest one I've seen is like 900, but it's with some very shady firms. So with good normal firms, it's most likely 200K gonna be always the biggest one, right? And I was this close to passing it, to actually getting that 200K to actually trade with, but failed miserably in the second phase. So still building back. So I tried, right, but failed in the process on that. I have passed like 21 of them, multiple 10,000, multiple 25, multiple 50, right? But still have never gotten to 200K. So that's the goal for the coming weeks and months.
Are there any differences between 50K or 200K funded accounts?
So the only difference pretty much is just you make more money, right? But
so just the number, right?
Yeah, rules are the same. Rules are the same. Everything is the same. What will happen? Your mentality is gonna change, right?
I was about to ask you, does it make you feel different?
to be honest, if you don't know squat about what you're doing, right, then it's gonna make you feel crazy. Because imagine you're seeing, for example, move like in hundreds of like between 3 to 400 that trade is moving, right? Imagine now it's moving between like 2.5k. You know, of course the mental game comes in. It's so much money. Oh my gosh, right? But it's still only 1% of the account, right? Of course it plays mind games on you because you're seeing these large numbers and whatnot. So you just kind of need to stay disciplined always and work on that side.
Human psychology, I guess.
Exactly, a lot. That's the biggest part of training, to be honest.
Percentage-wise, how much would you say it is?
80%, 80 to 85. I would even be brave enough to say the whole 90 is what's in here. Technical now, like if we sat down for like 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes, and then we would take another 30 minutes maybe tomorrow, I would teach you the basics of what I do what I do in the markets, and you would understand. Everything else is here, and that takes those years, right? So that's a very, very big part, the biggest one. Like literally, I can open up charts, and I trade. I need to draw 2 lines and 1 box. That's what I do. Everything else is here. So it's crazy. It's crazy, but that's all there is. Simple as that.
All right. No, yeah. That is what I was thinking about trading. You know, that surely like 80-90%. It's like head, because you know how long can you learn about those charts, right? It's like, you know, 1 month, then you know it. The rest is only the beginning, I would say.
Exactly. Like, it's same like the concept with, I don't know, like driving. A monkey can learn how to drive, probably. It's same like with trading, right? I would say a monkey could learn to read the charts and draw a couple of lines and maybe a box, and oh, this looks interesting, right? But there's more to that, right? There's a lot of... What I loved about trading in general is the self-development you go through, right? And what kind of person you become, because it makes you become so much more disciplined with your actions, with everything, and it's ridiculous, right? There's only a couple of industries I know that makes you like forcefully become so much better, and it's ridiculous. That's why I've been loving this journey, you know.
Amazing. All right, let's talk numbers. What is your best performing month that you had, and maybe even an average month?
Best one, wait. Just trading? Pure trading?
Yes.
Okay, pure trading I think was 7k, something like that. Just pure profits from trading. On average, it's like, can bounce between 2 to 5, I would say, something like that. On solid months, 2 to 5 bounces anywhere between. Like, because, to be honest, I can make 7k in 1 month, then lose 3 in the next, make 5 in the next. It's like, it's so very like this, and you need to be okay with that, you know.
That is what trading is, you know.
Exactly.
All right, I know that you run a trading community. How did you start it, and what's the vision for it?
To be honest, I came out, not came out, jeez.
Came out.
I found out about these people in Latvia, right, that are also like interested in trading and like promoting this lifestyle and whatnot, right? And yeah, I kind of connected with them, right? Started following also their vision, kind of helping them build, right? And pretty much, yeah, leading a big community in Latvia right now also, who are learning about trading. I mentor them, help them, do sessions for them, right? Also in crypto, also about the systems I trade, and yeah, just kind of, you know, also again, through connections.
Yeah, building community, I guess.
Yeah.
Like-minded people.
Exactly.
Crazy. All right. Yes, we already talked about the biggest issues, problems that you faced in trading and entrepreneurship. What would you say, in summary, top 3 biggest issues that you faced so far?
Trading or general?
I would say general, because as you said, trading is only one part.
Okay, yeah. So the first one is what I've learned over the years is put the biggest trust always on yourself. And that's the one of the biggest ones I always come across, because I keep believing in people a little bit too much and then forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing. So number one lesson with 100% with me be probably putting your belief in you, actually, like 100% on the work you're gonna do, and don't rely on anyone else to do something, because you're the one who wants to build it, right? And then you're gonna do it, right? they'll be the number one, right? And probably you've also come across it multiple times, I think, like when people don't do things right or whatnot, right? Of course.
Yeah, I had multiple times actually saying people, maybe don't do this, maybe try of something else. But for me, at the end of the day, I was like always, no, I have a feeling, I believe in myself, and yeah.
Exactly, like it's just relying on yourself always. That will be number one. I would say number two, uh, don't give up too fast and giving up right before it clicks, right before something good happens, because I see so many people do so good for certain periods of time and then something tragic happens, and then another, and they lose the belief in themselves and they give up. And I saw them right where I wanted them, right? It will be like clicking for them soon, right? And they just give up. And for me personally, I would hate it. For example, when I don't know, die, I see what I could have become if I did not give up on certain thing. I would hate that emotion. I would hate feeling that way, right? So for me, the biggest thing, yeah, is just I'm super scared to give up, right? Before actually the next thing clicks, So I think that's the second one. Don't give up too fast. Just keep on doing, right? And the third one, in general, yeah. There's so many, but let me get a good one out. I would say leading people, leading the vision with actual work. Actually showing up for the business, actually being consistent with it, right? Because I see so many people, I have these ups and downs, sometimes they're doing things, sometimes they're not. So how can you see them as their leader or a mentor or just an inspiration in general, right? You'll never be able to look at them that way, right? So you always need to be consistent, always need to show up, and just continue showing up for your people. Because if I would not be there every single day doing something, my students would not be succeeding. 100% not. Like 100% of course. Because they joined because they trusted me, they put their vision in me, and they trust me to take them somewhere, right? And if I'm not there every day...
To guide them, I guess.
Exactly.
At least for a certain period of time.
Exactly. That's what I'm there for. That's why they're there for,
One good question is, how do you get through all the noise from outside in terms of trading and finance? Why do I ask this? Because I think, in my opinion, at least for beginners, you will sort of have this this noise from outside, especially from family, from friends saying, are you stupid? What do you do? Don't listen to those young idiots. I'm just saying from like kind of their perspective. So how do you manage to get through those noises and also advise the beginners, I would say?
That's a very good question, because I think I've been from all the angles possible hated by this, commented on this, everything, gone through it all, right? And I would say at the end of the day, it's your life. It's literally your life. I would say that like this: if the person who is giving you the advice is not the life you want to be living, just don't listen. Like, it's easy for me to shut out noise. Like, for me, it became very easy, right? Because but that clicked also, to be honest, once I started seeing something actually working,
Exactly.
But before that, it's very easy, of course, to get distracted, right? Because those closer people to you have such influence on you. And what would usually happen for me is when I talk to some people who are in my circle, right? Like my closest ones, about this, it would be so much negativity or something like that. And I would feel it on myself, like for the next couple of days, my work ethic was not that big, right? Because I was like, why bother even, And then I realized, like, man, like, y'all don't know what you're talking about, And that was the main reason, right? Pretty much because I understood that, okay, they're good people, they want the best, but I have different information, that's completely fine. But one really good saying we have in our community is information changes situation. And when you get some certain information, right, you see things way different, and I'm seeing them a little bit more different, and it's completely fine that we have different perspectives on it, right? And I just said to them, I will focus on my journey. So if there's anything you want to offer besides negativity, please. If not, then please fold up your comments, put them in a little box somewhere, and just leave them there, because to be honest, I could not care. Okay, if you don't like me, block me. If you don't like what I'm doing, block me. If you don't want to see what I'm doing, block me. I don't care. Like, I'm here to build my vision for my people and what I'm gonna be doing. So how to practice it? To be honest, I don't think there's a way to practice it. I think what you need to do for beginners, right, how to deal with it, I would say is, again, surrounding yourself with 2-3 good people that will help you, put you, if for example, right, the negativity puts you on the wrong path or something you don't want to be on, you need someone who's going to put you right back. Then it's going to be, yeah, like this, but you're still always going to end up here on the right one, you know. So that's going to be probably the number one advice. Still, again, people.
Of course. But you know, at the end of the day, if you're talking in terms of family, right, that is something that you cannot shut down. So how is your family reacting, like, to your kind of this work ethic about trading, finance, the way you kind of see this? How was it at the beginning? How is it now? Did something change their mind? For example, I don't know, in the first 3-4 years they said, hey, Kristers, what are you doing, man? Find a real job. And maybe now they're saying something else, or yeah.
Firstly, love them to death. That's the first thing, okay? Shout out if you're watching. But I would say at the beginning, of course, not supportive, and that's completely fine, you know, because that's something very, very, I think, also new for Latvia, and that's completely understandable, right? And if I was in their shoes, I would probably be the same for my kids, because I just want the better, you know? You want always the better, right? And from that standpoint, I completely understand. Now it's still, of course, a little bit skeptical, right? Because it's this internet money is gonna vanish, it's digital, you know, it does not exist, it's not, you need to do work with your hands, that's not work, and you know, that's completely fine, but you know, times change, opportunities change. Our parents did not have the opportunities that we currently have, right? For example, imagine how difficult would it be to expand the business also worldwide 30-40 years ago.
Not possible at all.
See, like, that's the thing, we have different opportunities nowadays, and we have a little bit different information, and we're a different generation. I think that's completely fine. There's always going to be this conflict between generations. Same is like with, for example, with grandmas and our moms, right? There's also some like conflict, because just from different times. And I think you just kind of need to understand that that's going to be the case. Don't try to change their minds. I would say how to deal with it, the best way is probably just fill them in every once in a while, right? I'm doing this, it's going this way, right? But yeah, just life's not that deep, you know? Live the life you want to be living, try to do what you want to be doing. When I at the start, I really took it to heart, right? How can my close ones like not be like, yes, Krister, we support you 200% this, go, please do, here's our money, go do, right? Like, I was like, of course, at the start kind of shattered a little bit in a sense, right? But then, like, I'm like, life's not that serious. They only want the best, but I know better at that time, you know? So I think that's the way you should go about it.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. All right, what are the daily routines that keep you focused and consistent? For example, also someone who is watching this video, or someone who is in your shoes, or someone who is heading towards where you are right now, what are the specific things that you do in your daily routine to keep you consistent and focused?
Okay, to be honest, everyone thinks it's like this, you want like a just day-to-day basis, how my day looks like, pretty much, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much, to be honest, everyone thinks it's like this crazy-ass routine with cold showers, waking up at 4 a.m., this TikTok popular routine, but pretty much no, it's a normal life, right? I try to wake up mostly at like 8, 9, so I can be on the computer by like 10, something like that. It's not that every day. It happens so splendidly. Oversleepings happen and whatnot, right? Of course. But try to like do 8, 9. Maybe if I'm feeling crazy, maybe push at 7. But still, like, regular start of the day, right? Hit the charts, do my thing, have a breakfast, coffee, then gym, of course. Pretty much try to every other day or every single day, right? Gym is non-negotiable. That's something I want to do every single day. That's one of the things that, to be honest, helps me perform and keeps me calm. That's one of the things I think every business owner should be doing. in a sense that I think it helps you a lot with a lot of things, right? And then there's gym. Then there's of course stuff in the afternoon. It gets more busier, like with clients, with students, like have different calls and whatnot, right? How the day goes, right? Every day, what I really enjoy, every day is different, right? For example, today morning started a lot earlier, and I was already done with my day before I came to this podcast with many different calls, many different trainings, right? And now today's evening. Evening is a little bit more free, so the schedule kind of varies, right? From what I need to do on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Trade, gym, talk to some people about different things, spend some quality time, and yeah.
Amazing. So it's not, it's not like you need to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do
No,
this and that, work till 9, 10, and then only you'll succeed.
no,
It's
I
something
don't
different,
think.
I guess.
I think, like, if there's like, what I think you need to find is something that works for you, because of course it's a nice video to make when you can, wake up at 4. I already run 5 kilometers as soon as I woke up. Then a cold shower, like these Ashton Hall videos that went
Exactly.
viral, right? Of course, that's not every successful person's life, right? And you just need to like fit it how your schedule fits and how you like it, right? And as long as you feel, I would say, between discomfort and between comfort, I would say that's the sweet spot that you can actually work on a day-to-day basis and get the things done. Because I also like try to not do these like spikes of work, right? I try to remain it like steady as much as I can. So yeah.
All right. In terms of stress and pressure, I think you are having maybe not daily, but most certainly weekly high risk situations where you kind of have this pressure, have this sort of stress. How do you manage it? What do you do, or what things do you go through to sort of get through it?
Do you want? I can do two explanations. First one's gonna be funny, how I was before and how I do it now. At the beginning, it was a bunch of crying and crash outs and just launching things and breaking stuff. I think once, I think I did something very very dumb in training, and Xbox. I launched an Xbox remote out of the 5th floor window onto the street. Like I just took it and I swung it and I threw it out the window, and I was crying and crashing out and whatnot. Right? At the beginning it was just an anger because I did not know how to deal with my emotions, stress and everything, right? But over the years I've become increasingly, to be honest, that's a very, very big growth I've seen in me, and I'm proud to say that because at the start in my life, like I would say 15 to 18, I was the hothead. I was very emotional, I was very stressed, and my emotions were like this. And I somehow learned to become more stable, and nowadays stress is just there. I know it's there, but I can kind of shut it out. Again, it's maybe not good for me, I don't know. I need to speak maybe to someone about that, but I know it's there, I feel it, it goes maybe into some, out in some sort of ways, maybe in gestures, maybe in actions, but nobody would from a side tell me that I'm this amount of stress, right? Because I'm able to kind of hide it really really well, I think. But I don't think that's the best way to go about it. So as we already discussed, coming back to gym, that's something very good to deal with. Gym, running, any physical exercise, because you tire yourself out completely and the stress just vanishes, sometimes.
Exactly.
So that's, I think, but I think once you just kind of start doing something, and stress is good for man, right? You need to be stressed to move forward, right? I think what also like kind of going back to this topic, one thing that most people get wrong is that stress is something bad. Like it's something so bad. But I think a little stress or some level of stress is needed. Because if you're in your comfort all the time, nothing's gonna move forward. If you don't have stress, nothing's gonna move forward, So if you're stressed about something, that sometimes might be a good thing and you can use that. So I think it's the way you look at it and just kind of finding ways how to deal with it.
Exactly, because for example, in my opinion, the way I deal with stress or pressure is exactly the same way maybe as you. I know it's there. I know it will just not vanish. Even if you deal with all the problems, it's not going to be like that. Okay, 100 problems, I've dealt with them all. Now I will have no stress for the rest of my life. Like new things are going to come up, new problems are going to come up. And usually for me, I have a very interesting tactic. is I also try to not attach to those problems too close, because with all the problems that I had so far, at the end of the day, maybe not day, maybe week or month, the problem solves it on its own, you know, and most times even better than I imagine it, you know. So
Exactly.
for example, you know, like, hey, I really needed to have this talk with the investor, right? And now that I lost my chance, what am I gonna do, etc., etc. But all of a sudden, when I just kept moving forward, after a month, hops, an opportunity popped up, and even better than expected. And thinking to myself was like, oh, thank God, I you know, did not that deal did not happen, or something else, you know.
Like it's usually a aftermath, right? Because you every single time I've been so heavy stressed about something, like 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks later, I'm like, it was not that deep. It was not worth it to be stressing about it that much, right? It just kind of solves itself, as you said. So yeah, I think that's also just trusting maybe something somewhere to just kind of, yeah, solve itself.
Exactly. I know we already got to this topic, but trading, is it pure talent or discipline? I know you said that it's 90% discipline, but are there some people who have this sort of a talent, maybe inside them before they even start this journey?
So something I would say, something to this topic, what I can definitely say, it's not for everyone. Okay, there has to be. To be honest, I don't know what it is.
How do you know, for example, for someone that it's for them or not for them?
You know what's very funny? There have been students that I have like I've seen and like try to be more careful because I see that there's something that's not clicking. I don't know. To be honest, you kind of get this eye like for it for those things, right? And it's definitely not for everyone. That I can say for sure. I think it's just maybe kind of has to do a lot with your background, maybe where you come from, maybe the things you've been through in life, because that kind of builds up your character, and that character has to do those things, right? And if the character has not a certain criteria or something, of course not gonna go that good. So it's definitely not for everyone. But I would not I to be honest, I would not be able to tell you with these criteria is he good enough to do it, right? Because I need to see them, I need to understand them, and then I can probably. But to be honest, anyone can still like make it work. Of course, anyone can make anything work, but like it's definitely not for everyone.
Exactly. You know, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's farming,
Exactly.
or maybe it's I don't know, some high-end job. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like just find what works for you. You know.
Exactly. It's like I always say also to everyone who I'm speaking. At the end of the day, if you're happy doing this, then that's what you should do. You know, if you're happy working in a job and that is something that you love, then please do it. You know, there's a very good example. There's this one YouTuber on YouTube. I think he's from UK. Like he earns millions of dollars every month, but his girlfriend or his wife, I think, she works a normal regular job, like 9 to 5, even though she cannot work it. But as she says, it's like, hey, but I like it. I like to have this environment. I love to work there, to organize these parties, etc., etc. So at the end of the day, you should really ask the question, or even you should try it at least. And yeah.
That's something I think really good. At the end of the day, like society, I think puts us in these weird places that we have to do something in this certain way, and that's the only way. I think a really good thing is just finding out what works for you, like they did, right? So I think that's really good.
Exactly. All right, health and fitness. Let's get to this topic a little bit. I know we already talked about it, but let's dive a little bit deeper. I've noticed, and as you said, that you go to the gym every day. What specific things drive you to go to the gym? Are those the things that you mentioned earlier to stay disciplined, or maybe some other results? Maybe you want to deadlift 200 kg, maybe, I don't know.
No, it's two things. To be honest, this is going to be very short and easy answer. It's because, yeah, because of the discipline and just to be shredded. That's about it.
To be shredded.
Exactly. My goal is like not to be like this dude, like who can't fit two doors, but like this physique of a how to put it? Wait, what was it called? Like a Greek Olympian or something, you know,
Oh yeah.
like that. That's the goal, you know. So yeah, that's about it.
How far are we towards the goal?
To be honest, this is gonna be crazy. Because I started seriously gym like maybe 1.5 years ago. I was the same height. Do you want to guess how much I weighed at that time?
When you were how much old?
19.
19. 70.
I was like a little bit over 50.
What?
I was like, yeah, one of the main driving points was like I used to get also these like anorexic accusations in like people would just call me like, do you have this illness or something, because my hands were like this. I was like this, ribs showing everywhere. I was like, nah, man, I'm done with this. And then yeah, I just started going to the gym. Now at the peak bulk, I think I had hit like 85 last winter, but yeah, that was a lot of dirty things.
A lot of bulking, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. But
I know you posted a lot of Instagram stories, like every day, like burgers and whatnot. You know, like you had.
we're
this sort of
showing also
journey.
that side. It was just funny because, but no, I don't think I'm doing bulking anymore. That was crazy.
Was it
I
easy
was,
for you?
I was so tired all the time. Like because you're eating so much. I'm literally just my eyes are open. Okay, it's like 4 eggs, 400 grams of some beef, some chickens, and just anything you can eat. And then I used to drink a lot of milk, chocolate milk, colas, burgers, anything. I was like this one guy had not seen me for like 1 or 2 months. So pretty much at the start when I started doing this, I was like still like kinda skinny and light. I would say I was like around 68. And in like 2-3 months time I gained like 15 to 17 18 kg, right? So I kind of went out rapidly fast. But yeah, with that being said, I don't think I want to get like that much more bigger. It's just aesthetic goals
We're just
for physique.
continuing, you know.
Yep, exactly.
Actually, we did film a gym session today,
Mhm.
so maybe sometime in the future we can film
Oh yeah,
one
definitely. Let's
together.
do
You
it.
know?
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Having some topic that we can discuss. But I already put a video on TikTok
Mhm.
where I said it's actually so much harder when you not only do the gym sessions but also in parallel answer some questions.
Yeah.
It is difficult. Like you kind of breath is like
Yeah.
yeah. For me at
Could
least
be
it was
fun.
not easy.
Could be fun.
But it's fun. It's definitely fun. You have like this sort of when you go like do the gym, like your mind is like, all right, you know, like a bomb.
What were you doing? What day were you having?
Today was back day.
On back day?
Yeah.
Oof, back day is a heavy one.
Yeah.
Also on a heavy day, should have done it on like arms or something. A very nice, good day.
I did back day because back day is one of my favorites.
Oh, I love back day. But it's
a-
heavy.
it's heavy.
It's the most, I think, for the upper body, I think it's the heaviest day. Chest is nice, arms are nice. Back is heavy. Back is usually very heavy. But yeah, it's good, nice.
Yeah.
Definitely, let's do it.
All right. Do you believe that, or do you know that physical discipline translates to this sort of mental discipline? And if yes, do you think it's like, for example, if someone is struggling mentally right now, either it's you know, trying to build his empire, his entrepreneurship, his business, his hobby. It doesn't matter if it's singing, dancing, you know, business, trading. Do you think that physical?
Like how it correlates the mental.
Exactly.
So, to be honest, I don't think that in a weak body you can have a strong soul. I think that's something where, like, for example, if you're weak, physically weak, you're not able to like run or do something. Even you don't have to be like jacked, but like still active and in a healthy body. I don't think your soul's gonna be also good. I think it's just one of the main key components of being happy in life and fulfilled with something at least, you know. And I think everyone should have something in their lives that's some sort of a physical activity, because I think then just your whole belief, whole happiness system, I think it just kind of goes up and you feel a lot better and whatnot. And I think, like, yeah, you said also about like these people who are in bad mental states. Ask them firstly, are you doing anything physical, like any physical activities, right?
First steps, starting small.
I think that's first. I think that's solvable, right? Because then you have goals, then you actually do the things, right? And a lot of endorphin. How you feel after workouts? Happy, good. Nice.
Sometimes those are those days when I have like work till 6 or 8 o'clock in the evening, and I feel so shitty. I'm like so exhausted, and that is why I'm trying to convince myself or trying to push myself every day. Also, like maybe not every day, but I do like 3-4 times a week gym, which in my opinion is also good for my body. And after every workout, I'm feeling like, thank God I did this. I feel like a newborn.
Exactly. That's always how it is. There have been so many instances, of course, that okay, like the progress is there, but if I want to progress more, I need to push myself a lot more, like to go actually like heavy, like in the workouts, push yourself like crazy. And of course, you don't want to do that. You don't want the pain, of course, and whatnot. But when you finish, it's such a good feeling, of course. Like and also from that comes a lot of self belief in yourself, right, and whatnot, and just confidence and feeling better overall.
About mental health again. I know that, speaking from at least my experience, that being an entrepreneurship or trying to build something big, especially for guys, I would say, you're sort of dealing with this mentality every day. And for me at least, there are some days that this mentality gets to me. And how are you dealing with it in terms of, are you keeping this mentality to yourself, like your emotions only to yourself, or are you speaking to someone at least about it?
So for past, like if we don't count this year, I was the person who would always keep everything to myself, always bottle it up, always. But for the past year, I've been trying to just kind of speak, not even in the sense that I need to speak, but like just tell what I'm feeling or how I'm doing and stuff, and yeah, doing that with my partner, and just kind of feeling safe in that space, and I think that's a lot when you're with someone that you truly love and you can share something, so I think that's a lot to do with her side on there, right? But before that, I used to just keep everything to myself, but she has been making me open up a lot more about my emotions, and to be honest, that also goes a lot with well-being. So if anyone's listening, if you're keeping things to yourself, do something about it. You can feel definitely a lot better. So I would say, yeah, just speaking, trying, because I've definitely noticed a difference in how I'm feeling, for example, years ago and now, and that's one thing that changed.
Yeah, for me as well. When I started, opening up and speaking to my girl, also that sort of helps, even though you don't get this straight answer. Of course, you got this, there will be a solution one day, but even though you don't have the specific answer, you're just so happy when you have someone that you can tell your emotions, your problems, and yeah, make not only yourself feel better, but also the partner feel better, because emotionally the partner will feel you,
Exactly, that's
he
the
will
thing.
feel you. Hey man, something's up, mate. Say something to me, please.
Exactly, like they have this, like if there's one thing in this life that I've learned to trust and believe in, it's the like woman's gut. Like they have this feeling about something. That's a really big like thing, and I've learned like if she says something, then I need to like trust it, and because they have this weird sixth sense or whatever that we don't have, right? And of course, speaking to a person like that, of course, will help. In a sense that maybe like it's not always as you said looking for solution, but just not keeping that negativity, but letting it go somewhere.
Exactly. About the switch, I know that sometimes, like when you're like from 9 to 2 to 3 to 4, you're sort of in this mindset where your kind of mind is like in trading, like in your case in trading, finance, entrepreneurship, etc. Do you have the ability with your partner to kind of have this switch that you can turn off and speak about daily life activities, about cinema, about countries that you like to visit, about normal stuff that kind of feels like you're not all in this sort of big bubble, in your bubble?
Yeah, like the thing is, depends of course on I would say the period in like time, in a sense that if it's something really really busy, like for multiple days or even weeks, right? Of course it's super that like it's harder, of course, to switch it right off. But if it's any regular day, give me like 5-10 minutes after I do everything to just kind of forget it, and then easy, everything's forgotten. Let's go cinema, let's go something, let's do something, let's buy next plane tickets or something, whatever, But if it's like constant work and constant stress, of course it's harder, So you kind of need to learn
To adapt, I guess.
to adapt, I believe, and to just have. I've even called. I believe it's art to be able to like separate the professional life and like the one you have with your partner. I think that's something really, really everyone should learn, and that's something sacred, right? And something you should do. Right?
Takes years, definitely. Not something that's gonna happen in months.
Exactly.
So even with the family, partner, wife, kids, doesn't matter. You have kind of to go through this period, and like one day it's gonna be this. Oh man, I think I got it. I think I can now separate these two things.
Exactly.
A very sort of emotionally good question for you, Kristers. Do you think you will ever stop developing yourself? Do you think you're gonna reach this moment where you would say, all right, I'm finished, I'm buying my yacht, I'm going to Malmkalm.
Montenegro.
Montenegro, it's in English, sorry. And be finished.
Be finished, yes, but be finished in a sense of professional career, like in something, right? I just want to have my peace afterwards, right? Just live a life, where I'm not bothered. But in a sense, by developing, probably no. But where's the fun in that? Stopping the development? Why? I don't think it has to be like this stress development we're feeling now, that we're forced to level up and forced to learn new things. I think it's going to be a lot different, right? But also just learning new things, right? And I think it's just going to be different. It's going to be the enjoyable type of learning. Like this is the more harder one, you know what I mean? So I think I'll never stop doing that, and I think never any person should. Like, what's the point of life then?
Exactly.
Like,
it's like for me, even if I give it a thought and think, hey, even if I lose it all today, or at least, I don't know, let's say tomorrow everything breaks down, the startup goes kaput, even then I would have this mind like, hey, but how can I stop, I will find a way.
Exactly. Like, for example, if someone erased my memory from the past 3 years or something like that, I would like, yeah, let's go again.
What's the next for you in business and life, like in terms of finance, the next big steps?
Phew. To be honest, there are a lot of big things planned, and a lot of things also coming in the very, very near future. Right, I'm already pretty much, like, it's crazy. I'm literally planning already 2026, what I want to do. Like, first, it's actually, of course, taking care of people that follow me. So that's the first thing I set already for 2026. So I know what people I'm working with, why, what are their goals, kind of set up this plan, So that was the first thing. But in terms of expansion, there are some, like, to be honest, new territories that we want to, like, get into, like markets and whatnot, to just kind of show people what we do. We have what's today, 18th, so in like 1 week or so we're going to Hungary. We have some events there to host for some nice interested people, right? Possible new countries being launched, right? And just kind of finding ways to develop. In terms of finance, just scaling the capital and making even more. That's about it.
That's good.
Like, if the goal, for example, like maybe a year ago was to get like 200K like in funding, right now it's like by the end of 2026 we're like looking at million in funding. That's like where I want to be. Like,
yeah, about the numbers, for example, 1 million, 200K, or even some goals. Even for me, when I started this startup, I thought, hey, like 1 million is gonna be such a great job, right? But then I thought to myself, and also my girls told me, why do you have to think about 1 million? Why not 10? Why not 100? And what I want to say with this is, it sort of opens up your mind, makes you think differently, and that definitely is something that I would say from my side.
One thing I can add to this is very, very good, because I was before I even began all of this, I was like thinking, okay, the day I'm gonna be making 4 to 5K a month, this is gonna be really nice. Like, and now when I have these months, like, of course you're living really good, and you're like, that's not a lot. That's nothing. Like, and now, like, I'm looking at, for example, making like consistent like 20, 30, 50K a month. I'm looking as that, is that gonna be enough? Like, in that type of sense, it opens, as you said, your mind up so much more. A couple of years ago, I was like, yeah, 5K, that's like balling. Like now, if I make them, like where's the money? It's gone. It's like it has not even been with me, because yeah, travel there, go there,
And finito.
poof, and finito.
Minus 5K.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. I think also when you start getting some results or whatnot, and just, as you said, opens your mind up so much more on new things, and learning just money is just a new number, a paper. There's always more.
And money's energy.
Exactly.
You should not hide it, should not pull it, should not, I don't know, cover it under your pillow.
Yep.
Money's energy, definitely.
Spend it gracefully.
Exactly.
That's one of the biggest key takeaways I live from, and people who know me are gonna laugh at me. But I've been always the person who has, they would say, a spending problem. But I would, like, if I had 400 euros to my name, I would be more than comfortable spending 350 on them on a dinner, for example. Like,
Exactly.
easy. I'll make it back. Like, it's all good.
Exactly my point. I sort of remember this one day, which I had with my girl. I had in my account like 100 euros left. It was the middle of the month. I know that I will get some money, I think, after like 14 days or whatnot. And we just went walking in the evening in Old Town Riga. And I thought to myself, I get this sort of feeling like, let's go to dinner. So, such a nice dinner. I spent all my 100 euros. And I know maybe it sounds silly, but I have this sort of mentality is, for example, you say that you want this and that, you want this life, this opportunities, these experiences, but I have this sort of mentalities. In order for you to have these sort of experiences, you first, like this sort of life, you first need to experience it, because you will not know how does it feel. For example, I don't know, driving in a Lambo, being on a yacht, or I don't know, traveling every week or what not.
Exactly, like that's the thing. I used to have this one friend. It's so funny. He's made it in life. He's doing really good for himself. And
What's his name?
Philip. Philip, if you're watching this, what's up, man? But Philip, he was one of the craziest dudes I know. He's making good money now, and also in finance industry, and doing really good for himself. But 2 years ago, he was dead ass broke. More broke than you can imagine. And this dude would have 900 euros to his name, and he would buy a Louis Vuitton wallet, or like some small bag for like 850, and flex it and not give a single F about anything. So I think that's the kind of mentality you need to have, because maybe don't push it like that crazy, but in the sense that you explained about the experiences, about getting the feelings, because, for example, once you like start living in, I don't know, fancy hotels, maybe booking nice plane tickets, going to some nice places, and understanding what life could be more regularly, right? You kind of never want to go back to the old one, so you'll find ways how to make more always.
Exactly.
So it's always, I think, good overspending a little bit. If you get a nice experience, it's gonna push you forward. I think that's really healthy for your mind and overall goals and drive.
Exactly. And yeah, if everyone is watching, for all who are watching this video, don't think that you need now, like after watching this video, all right, I have 200 euros, I'm gonna go and buy something for those 200 euros. That is not what I mean by that. Of course, you need to think logically, but especially if you're young, if you don't have this sort of responsibility, meaning no family, no kids, no mouths to feed, I guess, and you're sort of, I don't know, living maybe with your family or someone else, you try to risk it, just have this opportunity, have this experience, and try to feel like, hey, is this something that I want or not, you know?
Exactly. I think it's just in general experiencing it, feeling it, and then making just a lot more back. Easy.
All right. Imagine we go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Here, instead of me, is sitting a 15-year-old Kristers. You have 1 minute, like right now, let's say in the next 15 seconds, sort of teleports here. You have 1 minute to tell him or say something to him. Yeah, what should he do when he starts doing this sort of journey?
Yeah, so firstly, please buy some earplugs and plug them in very deeply so you can't listen to anyone, what anyone is saying, because everyone is saying complete bullshit. Next one thing, dude, is you're gonna lose a lot of money, but that's completely okay. That's part of the process. You know, you're gonna get hurt by a lot. You're gonna get hurt by a lot of people. But at the end of the day, just life. You know, getting hurt and learning from experiences and getting better. You know, and then just continue always moving forward. Never settle. Never settle. Never take no for an answer, and always keep pushing forward. Find new ways to make money. Talk to those people. Make that phone call. Take that trade. Just always continue to push more. Right. Never be scared about anything. Never be scared about anything. Never be scared about maybe upsetting someone. Be yourself. Always never change for anyone. Right? What else? What else? What else? What else? Never lose your just faith in life. I would say just continue pushing for what you want to do in life. Continue following always your vision. Never follow anyone else's. If someone's vision doesn't align with yours, screw them. You're on your own. Never rely on people. Rely only on yourself, and you'll be good, bro.
Thanks, bro. All right. I know we already discussed this topic a little bit, but I feel like this should be a one of good endings. Is if someone is stuck and feels stuck, what's the first step they should kind of do? Maybe if they, I don't know, are in the same position as you or whatever.
Okay, stuck. I will give you two scenarios. Scenario number one is where you actually don't know much and you feel stuck, right? Then it's just going out and trying to do something, okay? Maybe you have an event. Go to an event, connect to a new person, right? Maybe you see someone on social media that's doing something interesting, connect with them. Maybe you see something else, right? Just doing those things, right? Just trying to make some maybe new connections or getting new information to actually get you forward, and boom, you're not stuck. But other thing is when you have something and you're already doing something, you know, and then you feel stuck, like I don't know what I'm doing, then it's just probably you not doing any single work, right? When you're busy, do you have time to think, oh, I'm stuck when you're busy, right? No. So it's just always, it's this motion when you're in one place, right? So I would say just find something to do. You have things to do, and when you actually do the things you're supposed to be doing, you won't have this feeling, never. You just don't have the time to think about that, you know? So there's, I think, two scenarios. One is where you go actually gain some new information, maybe meet some new people, maybe connect with someone new, maybe watch something new, maybe change something in your day-to-day basis, right? And then you can just develop as a person. And then when you're already kind of doing that but still feeling stuck, I would say, yeah, then you're just not doing enough. There's new levels to achieve, and just don't be lazy.
Mm-hmm. If someone is watching and he does feel stuck, and he also is in this journey in finance trading, can he give you a message, for example, on Instagram? Would you answer him?
Oh yeah, easy, man, easy.
Connect with you.
I literally talk to like 10 to 15, maybe 20 new people every single day. Like there's like, man, for you to understand, there's been times when my like DMs are full to the top and I've not gotten back to people in a couple of days, in a sense that you're more than free to do that, and I will get back to you, of course.
One way or another.
Exactly.
All right, some cheeky questions just to make to make it more creative. Not that serious.
No.
Favorite country to visit or perhaps live?
So from the ones I have visited?
Yeah.
Montenegro.
And live?
Yes, from the ones I've visited, yes.
All your life?
Okay, Italy then. Let me switch to Italy then.
Italy for me as well.
Then
Which
Italy.
region? Which region?
I love Milan, man. Milan, like for you to understand my Italy journey. Before this summer, I've been to Italy, I think 5 or 6 times. I've been once in Rome and four or 5 times in Milan. I love the city. There's nothing so touristy, and you can just live. So I would say Milan.
Milan is in Tuscany region, right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, they're in the middle.
Yep.
Amazing.
Love it.
Favorite restaurant in Latvia?
Ooh. Wait.
You say yours, I'm gonna say mine as well.
Okay, wait. Gonna give it 2
All right, give it to you.
because depending whether I'm in a mood for meat or fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really, to be honest, I've never been to Catch, so I really enjoyed Catch in Silent Center, Close Center's a really
Yeah.
good one, and the second one's gonna be Chef's Corner.
Chef's Corner, where is it?
Also next to that, one is a steak place, one is a seafood place.
Nice, nice.
All good. How about you?
I have one called Old Traditions. It's an old town
Okay, that's nice.
near the Jāņu church.
It's like Latvian.
Actually, no, it's Russian.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but you know why it's my favorite? It was the day where we decided to spend my last 100 euros with my girl together at the
Oh,
dinner.
that's a crazy story.
And,
that's a good one.
We had this such an amazing experience, and we went in. So first of all, we saw this place randomly, Old Traditions in Latvian. It's called Senas Tradīcijas. And we went in. He said, "Do you have a free table?" He said, "Yes, follow me, please." We go to the second floor, and it's empty. We sit down at the corner. We have all this beautiful stuff laying around, right? Like these plates, 2 glasses. We order some food. Amazing food, by the way. If someone wants to go there, maybe you as well. Try it out. Really beautiful. And I'm saying to my girl, "Hey, you see? It's all for us. It's like private reserved, special for you." And it sort of gave me these kind of emotions. I guess that is why it's my favorite restaurant.
That's nice. So there's a backstory behind it.
Yeah.
A big one.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
good.
only food.
That's good.
For me, everything that is a favorite to me or something that I really like about, it's always a story. It's
So
always.
for me, if I would think now, there would be a restaurant with a backstory, but now I'm just super hungry, so I'm just thinking straight food, and Chef's Corner and Catches on my mind.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, Kristers, how can people find you?
Instagram, TikTok, same. Kristers Kalnozols with small letters, everything together. Very simple.
Amazing, amazing. All right, I think that's it from my side, from our side. I think that was powerful. We had an amazing talk, I would guess. Amazing session.
Really fun, really good, and enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. So thanks for having me.
No worries. So ladies and gentlemen, I guess thank you very much for watching this video. If you find it valuable, well, I hope so. At least I did find it valuable. Definitely gonna write down some few things, and let's have our next session in gym maybe.
Let's get it. See you soon, guys. Have
Thank
a good
you,
one.
sir.
Let's get it, man.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you, sir.
Good one.